For many Brits wanting to invest in property, Spain was the perfect mix of great value and endless sunshine.
But when the country's housing market collapsed back in 2008, thousands of people lost the money they'd paid to secure off-plan apartments. Now there's a ruling by the Spanish Supreme Court which means they could be in line to get that money back.
One of those hoping to benefit from that is Stephanie Davis, who handed over around £60,000 to secure her dream home.
Absolutely gutted, because I mean, it's an awful lot of money to lose, and we just couldn't believe it, I suppose. And then my husband got so ill, I mean really ill. Really all it mattered was him, really. He was in and out of hospital, and it was a horrible illness. And quite honestly, the money sort of was the least of our worries, but it was a big worry for me when he died.
That was Stephanie Davis. Here to explain more is Stefano Lucatello, who specialises in international property law. Morning to you.
Morning to you guys.
It's an awful lot of money. I mean, that's just one of many stories, isn't it?
Many thousands of people have been had in this area where they've been caught up. No one wants to pay them the money back. The developer's usually gone insolvent, and they're left with nothing.
You say they've been caught up. So what did they do what had they done?
Well, in some cases, they've gone to a developer. The developer should have given them a bank guarantee to safeguard all their deposits, and they haven't either been given a guarantee, or the bank has then said, we're not going to honour the guarantee, or the insurance company is not going to honour the guarantee. So they've been left to sue the developer. The developer has not paid, and then they've had to appeal to the Supreme Court, and this is where we are now. And this law substantially changes the rules, because now you can go straight to the insurance company or the bank and say, right, I'm taking the developer out, I'm going to you have a big pot of money, and I'm going to claim all my money, all the interest from you.
Finally, you said thousands there. Any idea how many people are involved and how much money is involved here?
We're talking possibly millions and millions and millions of pounds, Dan. It's incredible. I mean, we've been dealing with this sort of thing for many years, and we've been hitting a brick wall because the Supreme Court's not intervened, and now, because of a consumer point of law, every European Union country has to change, and they've adapted this law, which goes back 47 years. It goes back to 1968, but the banks weren't honouring it, the insurance company weren't honouring these deposit safety agreements, and now we have clear law which says, go straight to the bank, cut out the developer, whether he's insolvent or not solvent, or whether he's there or he's not there, we can go straight to you and get the money back.
OK, is that a simple process, and how much are people, because lawyers, with respect, cost a lot of money, so, are they going to get back more than they put in the first place, and how do they get it?
The law is clear. You sue the bank or the insurance company or both. You sue them for all the monies that you've paid the developer and you've not got back. Interest at 6% at least, and all your legal costs, everything that you've lost, because the law says you must be put back to the original state you were in. You either get your property, in which case you get nothing, or you get your money back because you haven't received your property.
So if people think this might be something that affects them, what's the process? What do they need to do?
Come to a specialist international law firm and say, with all the documentation that they have, the contract and all the documentation that proves they've paid all this money, telling us what they are owed, and we will do the job for them. And
I suppose the point is, if you're going to the bank, then there is money in a bank. Do you think they will get their money back?
Absolutely. The Supreme Court has said that the developer, the banks and the insurance company are all jointly and severally liable. So to the extent that the bank doesn't pay up, you can go to the insurance company or vice versa. But one would hope, Louise, that the bank's got enough money and the insurance company's got enough money to settle all these demands.
Right. And can the banks appeal this? Is it a sort of set-in-stone ruling?
It's the Supreme Court, it's the top court, Dan. You can't go any further. The other court would be, it would be the European Court.
OK. And, I mean, obviously, we've talked a lot on this programme about PPI. Is it as extensive as that?
Well, I suppose not as extensive, because the number of people who bought property abroad and then in Spain is slightly less.
But the money involved...
But the money involved, I think, it could be hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds. It's opening, this judgment opens the floodgates for people to sue and to recover all their monies back. All these poor people who have left, they couldn't take the matter any further because they had no money to actually pay for lawyers.
Yeah, which is devastating if they
spend
it on all their savings.
Yes.
Thank you very much indeed, Stefano Lucatello. Thank you.